This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They have no respect for each other's punching power. And he blocks the left uppercut. The sun is blazing this afternoon, and these two athletes are going to have to find a way to deal with it.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice your back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skills for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They blocked the left there. Nice counter shot. An uppercut does not score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Linares in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
It's a terrible round there.
That counter shot lands. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. It's all offense all the time. Beautiful counter punch. Caution is being thrown to the wind. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Linares in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Straight right just misses. He blocks the uppercut. Fantastic punch. He fails to score with that left hook. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Throws the jab, but does not score. That uppercut's blocked. Catch and shoot. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Linares in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter lands. Fighters sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
They exchange punches. Solid punch. Punch, counter punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
His stamina is off the charts. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. He can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Linares in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it.
Here's the bell to start round 5. That last round was huge for... Beautiful counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Jab misses. Which fighter will say no mas? Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Here's a counter shot. Straight right, just misses. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
So they don't get...
This is the beginning of round 6. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Through the uppercut, but did not score. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before! Let's talk about Linares in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope that...
Here we go, it's round 7. Punching. Jab does not score. What a punch. Both men step back for just a moment. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Barrera might be going down. Somehow weathered the storm.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. There's the bell to start round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Straight right just misses. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know,